My name is Kang. I am a Korean American from New York. I'm a serial entrepreneur who has lived in Singapore for about 6 years. I believe in actually having a full life, and I believe in rest. I think rest is a really critical component for creativity. A lot of my strategies come when I'm on vacation. When I'm snowboarding and I'm like sitting on the mountain and live by myself, it's quiet, it's beautiful everywhere around me. Like nature for me inspires me to think about new ways of solving problems, and a lot of my creativity comes from there. I think that's important, but I think there's a process of being able to do smart work. And so what I mean by that is, because I speak to a lot of young people. I say, oh, what do you want to do when you grow up? Oh, I want to be doing what you're doing. But they see the way that I work today, having worked now for 20 years, and they think they can do that when they're 20. They don't see that actually the number of hours that I had put in to do hard work. And there is no replacement for hard work in terms of thousands and thousands of hours doing analysis, creating PowerPoint slides, sitting in front of clients, doing models, doing all these things to learn technical skills as well, in order to get to a place where you can know what's smart. If you are chiseling the ice thing, you have to know how to chisel, right? And so before you can get to a lot of the creativity from smart work comes from having deep technical competence, as well as soft skills that you've been developing, how to work with people, how to communicate, how to get things done, how to motivate people and bring people along, how to, so all these things you have to be developing. So when you're a young person, people say they want this outcome, but they want to do it in they want to go from 20 to kind of CEO level, where they sit around and kind of give orders, or what they perceive to be what a leadership role is, which is completely false, first of all. The leader is probably the biggest servant of all, and should be serving everyone. But it's actually the work it takes to get there. And so I always try to tell young people, work really, really hard. When you're 20, when you're 21, when you're 25, when you're 30, work damn hard. Work long hours, work longer than everyone else. Because if you're going to compete with someone else, so you're working 8 hours, that person's working 16 hours, that person will be better than you at it. It just is. Short of some massive intellectual differences, right? That person will be better than you and know more than you and be faster. And they also will have the greater capacity for creativity, right? So they're actually very linked to creativity, hard work, innovation for me are all very, very related, and they're ingredients. And I think it's very sexy to say, oh, work smart, not hard, when you're older. But when you're younger, work hard. You don't know how to work smart yet. You have to get to a certain level of excellence in that piece of work. Then you move on to the next thing. So you do one thing, you get good at it. But whatever you do, you should be excellent at it. You try to be as excellent as possible. Then you move on to the next thing. Then you move to the next thing. The capacity then to innovate comes when you combine different disciplines. So I started off doing, I was teaching actually, in Japan. Then I did international sales promotion. Then I did marketing. Then I did sales. Then I did, right? So I did different kinds of roles along the way. I didn't do the same role for many years. But in each role, I worked really hard at being great at that role, whatever that role was. So if you're a teacher, be the best teacher. If you're in sales, be the best salesperson. If you're in the marketing role, learn everything you can about marketing and be the best at that. So I did multiple things. And so what ends up happening is once you have experience, then you start to develop multiple spikes. When you have multiple spikes, that gives you the ability to create and innovate, because you can say, oh, hey, when we did it in education like this, it relates to financial services, which relates to technology. And you're able to then create innovative solutions. So I think this idea of having diverse experiences is critical for coming up with new ideas.